Hello everyone, my name is Zach Peterson, and accompanying me today is Jaylee Mays, Ely Barling, and Shane Hendricks. This semester we had the pleasure to work with Great Harvest Bread Company, and we would like to thank Chase Galantine, he's sitting right over there, the manager of Great Harvest, for letting us team up with him to develop new marketing strategies for his bakery. Great Harvest's mission statement is to be loose and have fun, bake phenomenal bread, run fast to serve others, and give generously. We also like to give back to the community, prepare fresh bread every day, and be more than just a bakery. So our goal is to spread awareness about the new menu they have to offer. Their new menu consists of a variety of new sandwiches, soups, and salads. And they're prepared every day with daily fresh ingredients. We also want to let the people know about Great Harvest's new hours. Great Harvest is now offering breakfast starting at 7 a.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. on weekends. And they're also now open on Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Another goal of ours is to reach the untapped market in Fairbanks, which is the military and UAF students. Some background on Great Harvest is they've been making bread across the U.S. for over 3 decades, and they're ran as a freedom franchise. And you're probably thinking, what's a freedom franchise? You thinking that? Well, let me tell you guys. The freedom part means that the franchise owner gets to run the business in the way that meets the community's unique needs. And the franchise part gives the owner access to the recipes the franchise has to offer. I have a quote from Great Harvest franchise owner. It's not Chase, but I found it on the website. And here it is. Great Harvest is the best opportunity you may ever have to create a little world that is exactly the way you want the world to be. And now I'm going to let Haley Barling come up here, and she's going to talk to you about the current target market.
Right, so when we first sat down with Chase at our first meeting, he told us he wanted us to let the community know that he wanted us to let the community know that they were open on Sundays and that they are now serving breakfast, and they're open an hour earlier than they used to be. And so after we sat and talked with them for a little bit, we decided that their current target market were middle-aged, college-educated women. And then after a little bit more talking, we decided that the market we wanted to target were the military because they're very close to base, the Great Harvest, military men, and then college students. And we just wanted to increase awareness to these groups. And after doing research, we found out that roughly the population of Fairbanks North Star Borough is 100,000 students, and then Fort Wainwright it adds 15,000, and then Eielson also adds 4,500, making 20% of the Fairbanks population the military. And then the student population in Fairbanks is grades 7 through 12 is 14,000, and then 10,000 more students are enrolled in UAF. So that's why we decided to target these two different groups. And then after talking to UAF, we had the idea of using bear bucks, but that was just too complicated and they don't do that anymore. So we had to cross out UAF, and so we just decided to do the military. And the reason for this is just because it's close to base, there's so many people, and it's just a close restaurant to military base. So our marketing mix, the products that we had was breakfast sandwiches, hot and cold for lunch, and then soup, and then they also have local North Pole coffee. And then the place is College Road. The promotion, they do advertisements on Facebook, the radio, the newspaper twice a year, and then they also do country radio. And that reason is because lots of military people listen to country radio, but through our survey we found out that now they're listening to pop radio, so 98.1, and then price. is very similar to their competitors, which are Burgers and the Chowder House. So it's $10 for a whole sandwich, $7 for half a sandwich, and then their salads are around the same price. And then, like I just mentioned, their competitors are Burgers Bagels, which are right in the same exact building, just right down the road, and then the Chowder House, which is a little bit closer to the military base, but they serve around the same things. And the Burgers is often more busy in the morning, and we thought that it was because they have a drive-through, and then they're also opened an hour earlier. And then Chowder House, they've been a local business in Fairbanks for longer, so that's why we thought that they had more business at Great Harvest. And now Jillian Mays will come up and talk about our survey results.
I'm Jaylee, and I'm going to talk about our survey results. After talking to Chase about who the targeted market was, we decided the location of our survey would be at Fort Wainwright. We'd like to thank Rich Chandler for all the work he did to get us on base for the surveys. We did our survey interview style. We set up a table at the commissary, and we had a table that had a school of management banner on it. The participants, there was 25, and they were all voluntary. Of the 25 participants, 12 were active military, 6 were retired military, and 7 were other. We also worked with another group from another class that worked with Great Harvest, and they had a similar survey question that I would like to involve in with ours, and it was, do you know about Great Harvest? And out of both surveys, there was a total of 130 participants. 38% said no. So this gives us a big range for our potential target market. Another question we asked was, how many times per week do you eat out typically? 60% said they eat out 1 to 3 times per week, and 40% said they eat out 4 to 6 times per week. With this, we asked, what restaurants or where do you eat out most at? And they said, the cookie jar or the bakery. Another question we asked was, when you eat out, who accompanies you most? 24% said with friends, 32% said with coworkers, 40% said with family, and 4% said with themselves. We think that Great Harvest should create a radio ad that is family orientated to draw in the potential military customers. We also asked, what radio station or streaming services do you listen to most? And 23% said country, while 40% said 98.1. So that is, we thought that country was bringing in the military, but maybe you should change the ads to 98.1. And now I would like to turn it over to Shane.
Thank you, Jen. All right, I was in charge of our SWOT analysis, which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOT analysis, our few main points would be the special offer of the menu and strengths. It's on College Road, next to Sam's Club, so it's got a great location. It's fresh daily ingredients and a new menu design. For the weaknesses, location also, like the Chowder House, that's closer to the military base, but it's still a good spot. And with ingredients and time for the focusing on quality health food. So a little bit longer preparation time. And then there's customer confusion about wheat-free and gluten-free. And with opportunities, there would be Wi-Fi. He doesn't have any signs up telling students or anyone in town that it's available. And gift baskets for new complimentary market, he could offer those on base. And for threats, there's more competition, like he's wedged in right between Papa John's and Brugger's Bagels. So moving on to the implementation of everything that we came across. So from our SWOT analysis, it's visible that there's a lot of competition with Great Harvest Bread Company. and the Fairbanks community. Their location alone is wedged in between Papa John's and Brugger's Bagels. With Great Harvest Bread Company, there's a lot of community involvement where it provides bread to many events in town. But we discovered that a lot of their goodwill goes unnoticed. We decided that it would be good for Great Harvest Bread Company to invest in a banner that could easily be displayed at all the events sponsored by them in exchange for providing great tasting bread. Being involved in community events goes a long way in promoting awareness for the business, as well as building better reputation and trust within the community. The more frequent that a business is seen or thought about, the more likely it'll be chosen as a destination. In order for Great Harvest Bread Company to draw a larger customer base, mass marketing with radio ads and potentially airing more on 98.1 cable and country stations will increase frequency, more likely to come to the increase in frequency for it to be more likely to come to the forefront of their mind when they're hungry. From the survey, it was clear that not many know that the company was open 7 days a week, but that, as an idea, another class Jerry, he told us that it would be good to put coupons in the barracks on post for the military around the 1st and 15th on the month for payday. The military usually go out in groups, and there would likely be a large flush on those days due to increased frequency from those coupons to remind them of their presence. Great Harvest is also well known for its gift baskets, and what better way to welcome new military families than with gift baskets made by them. Contacting Denise Langley for collaboration with the Post Commissary would be a great first step towards distributing gift baskets. And this is the location of the commissary on post. Similar with the coupons on post, Great Harvest would participate in direct mail campaigns by purchasing residential mailing lists and sending postcards with information about the bakery, a coupon, and special items. This marketing technique will help get its business name out there to the public and draw more customers, improving their sales. And for attracting the students' population of Fairbanks, it was decided that the best way would be to advertise the free Wi-Fi and place larger table with the wall outlets nearby to enable students to stay current on emails and enjoy a cup of coffee and a sandwich. Keeping in mind that it serves coffee, Great Harvest can use that to its advantage by using it as part of the product placement. Similar with grocery stores, all the staples like milk and eggs are located in the back of the store, making everyone walk past other items in hopes of buying something that they crave. With that said, having a coffee punch card would be the equivalent of milk and eggs. They would like to fill all the punches for that free cup, but as well would increase incentives of buying bread or sandwiches, and having a little reminder in their wallet to carry around adds a conversion rate, transforming potential buyers and increasing the sales. Relationship marketing is prevalent with Great Harvest Bread Company. For most businesses, with 80% of sales being from repeat customers and developing long-term, cost-effective relationship with those individual customers would go a long way. Bottomless Yeti cup mug that Chase told us about, he mentioned would be a step in the right direction of retaining loyal customers and creating new ones, as well as keeping up with the competition of Brugger's Bagels next door, which also offers a bottomless mug. Recently, our class viewed a video on the Bolt Bus Company where they have a promo where customers have the chance of buying an elusive $1 ticket. Albeit they don't give out many, they still create a buzz, and that one person tells all their friends about it. We thought about it, and in a similar way, alongside having a bottomless coffee mug, Great Harvest Bread Company could have a special offer for people buying the mug that they would just sell it for the price of the mug. And with it, Great Harvest Bread Company would receive free publicity from that lucky person as well as create loyal customers. Soliciting to local restaurants to inquire if they would sell your baked goods. Great Harvest, or like caterers, many restaurants don't handle baking on site, choosing to use an outside vendor. Researching into Fairbanks local restaurants to find out which ones rely on outside sources. Offering fresh daily bread for a few restaurants would increase business-to-business transactions. All right, and with that, I'll pass it on to Zach.
So in conclusion, Great Harvest provides a wide variety of sandwiches, soups, and salads. I guess you get the gist of that. They have new hours. They're open 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. And they're now open Sunday. And through our survey results, 98.1 FM would definitely be the best radio station to have radio commercials for Great Harvest. Yeah, we hope our data and research will help Great Harvest in the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed our presentation.
Questions? Certainly there's questions. There we go.
There we go.
Does Great Harvest out here do the free samples at all?
Do they what?
Do the free, like,
Yeah.
daily samples? Okay.
Yeah, it's still a major part of what we do, the bread board,
Okay.
you bet.
And they're not samples, they're slices, right?
They're full-on
Yeah.
big slices, yeah.
For the bottomless cups, do you guys have any ideas to differentiate that from the Brugger's bottomless cups, or was it just going to be the same implementation?
The main difference would be that it's dishwasher safe and they're high quality cups. Like
Yeti's pretty well known. I know in the lower 48, Yeti's pretty well known for their product, and that's it's a pretty expensive cup, so it's kind of one of their rewards from it.
Yeah, 'cause it'd be kind of hard to have a different product that way, especially with like just a cup. So I'm just kind of curious if you guys have one.
it would be a bottomless cup, like unlimited coffee for a whole year, and they get it in January, and they can come in every day, and it would.
Did you guys research how much the cups were? We did not.
Chase has an idea, like. over
Yeah,
the
I've got
price?
all the details on what it would take to implement that program. Yeah. I guess the question that I had was if it would be effective. Is that something that people in our direct area would come in every day? They come in and they buy a $150 bottomless cup of coffee. It happens to be a $50 Rambler. It's of course etched with our name on it, because why wouldn't you? But then every day they come in with that cup that will keep something cold or hot the entire day. So.
A lot of
And-
people like that idea.
So, and I guess the big difference between ours, what I would like to do, and the ones that Brugger's dug is Brugger's is not dishwasher safe. It's a kind of plastic cup that you can get from where I'm from, they call them town pumps, but a Conoco station. You get a plastic cup, costs you $10, 25-cent refills whenever you go into Conoco. It's not dishwasher safe. My hope was to up the ante there.
So with the tumbler, would there be another way to like basically have proof that they purchased it for an entire year? Because what if they forget it one day? Would they not be able to then go in and get their coffee that day?
Yes,
Or
It would be from just that mug, and they would have their name on a list that they could just easily look up. They wouldn't be allowing them to give it to their friends, and everyone goes in for another cup type deal. It'd just be that one person.
Yeah, it would have to include a loyalty program card, for sure.
Go ahead.
No.
All right, so let's talk about the student market as well. You said because of the bear bucks, that's one challenge you ran into. But so then you countered with, well, we'll tell them that there's Wi-Fi in there. Is there anything else? You know the student market better than Chase does at this point. What else would you recommend, or is that it, just to say that there's Wi-Fi?
Well, we decided that if you had like a table, a long table, with like cubicles and stuff for us to do our homework at, and also advertise the free Wi-Fi, a lot more people would come in, because it's kind of homey to be somewhere where you can smell good food and you have your coffee there. So it's nice to get off campus and do homework and not just stay in your dorm room or in the library doing homework.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is the part where I savage your presentation.
I forgot to tell you about Bill.
That's why they bring me.
This is his thing.
Okay, I got a couple of questions. One, you did a survey of 25 people on base. That's fine. Small samples to be expected in these types of things. Your question was how many people, how many times a week do they eat out? What you did not focus on was breakfast or lunch. As far as I know, Chase can correct me, but do they have a dinner menu that I'm unaware of? That would be useful to know, because people might eat out, but these are people that are confined to base during the day, that kind of thing. Will they go as far as his restaurant to get something for lunch or dinner? I know they'll go to the Chowder House because I live in the area and that place is always packed up. I know they go to the Food Factory for dinner because that place is generally always packed up. Again, that's a pretty important distinguishing factor that you need to determine about what you stated was one of your target demographics. I think when you threw everything in there from a marketing perspective except direct calling, you had every possible way to market this thing, except for putting a sign out on College Road, which by the way is a high traffic road, right behind the restaurant. Could have done that. I think you're in danger of making recommendations to your client that might be diluting what his primary product offering is, okay? They make bread. I know they offer sandwiches and they offer coffee, but with everything else, and I don't even recall everything else that you had thrown in there, there's a real danger there. The only thing that I kind of semi-agreed with was partnering with local restaurants. But it would have to be restaurants that would actually stand to gain by saying, and by the way, we also serve Great Harvest bread. A lot of restaurants, they don't care. They need, I need 1,200 Volio rolls, and they go out the door with the sandwiches. And that was primarily it. I don't mean to sound like I'm being a hard ass or anything like that. I'm a commercial banker. My job is to throw a little bucket of cold water on your dream, and if it lives through it, it might live in the real world. Okay, but you were a little broad. Your SWOT analysis, by the way, that read like a phone book. You try to put that in front of a client, and I will find you, and I will beat you. It's the friendliest piece of advice I'll give you. That thing was, my eyes started to bleed. You could see where you ran out of space for your text. Okay? So there you go.